Hey folks, Gary here. Boy, I hope you're having an awesome Friday. Fridays are just super cool. The other thing that's super cool is when you find yourself in a church that truly loves one another, right? In Whitewood, we have a church like that. And it is amazing how the body is just, it's like this, like we truly love one another and they love the community, which is, that is just, it's so good. You don't find that everywhere. You should, but you don't always. But what do you do when you find yourself not in that situation? Or maybe you do find yourself in that situation. What do you do? Well, the Bible tells us what to do. The Bible tells us how we are to live with one another and how we are to live with the world. And so today we're looking at 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 and 12. So let's read what God has for us today. He says this: My dear friends, we must love each other. Love comes from God. And when we love each other, it shows that we have been given new life. We are now children, we are now God's children, and we know him. God is love, and anyone who doesn't love others has never known him. God showed us his love for us when he sent his only son into the world to give us life. Real love isn't our love for God, but his love for us. God sent his son to be the sacrifice by which our sins are forgiven. Dear friends, since God loved us so much, or loved us this much, we must love each other. And so Jesus has given us this example of loving one another. Jesus, when he went to the cross, right, he sacrificed on the cross for us to forgive us of our sins. He forgave everybody that was doing it. He was showing them in tremendous love while they were killing him. And that's the example to us. And that is when it says that you know you're with God when you have that kind of love. It's a supernatural love that just comes out of you where you actually love those who hate you. You love those who are pushing against you. You show them love. You know, a lot of people talk about love. Man, I hate bashing other churches, but I remember this church that was kind of down the road from us, and they talked about how much they loved their community. But then they would slander people during their sermons. They would slander politicians and slander government officials and all that kind of stuff. You think, you're missing it. You're supposed to be showing them love, that supernatural love that comes through God. And so we're supposed to love our community that way. Even when they don't love us, we're supposed to love them. But even more so, we're supposed to love each other and lift each other up and care for one another. And what a beautiful thing that is when that love is flowing in a church and out into the community. It is what God designed us to do, because God is love. Love's not just an attribute God has. God is love. And when he dwells inside of us, it can't help but come out and splash on everybody else, where we love those around us because of the Spirit of God that dwells inside of us. So I hope you're in a fantastic church that shows that kind of love to each other. But if you're not, then you be the difference and you show that love to each other, because it's contagious and it really does change things. So we love one another with the love that Christ has given us.